Days of Our Lives 2-week spoilers for December 15th to 26th, 2025. Look for Kristen DiMera raging and Gabi Hernandez guilty. We've got Christmas week spoilers as well. Days of Our Lives 2-week spoilers. RJ's disappearance makes waves. On Monday, December 15th, Susan Banks accuses Gwen Rizchek. The big question is, does EJ DiMera's psychic mama think Gwen is the one that kidnapped her Elvis Jr.? Because he is gone. He turns up in the crypt, and Chad DiMera and Theo Carver spend some time catching him up on what's been happening and what they've been doing while they've been stuck in the mausoleum. Of course, they'll let him know that they were wondering if EJ was the kidnapper, but now that he's one of the kidnapped, that seems to take that off the table. Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kyriakis freak out and run out of their apartment ASAP because of the white powder in an envelope addressed to Alex. It may be a biohazard. I'm also wondering if the handwriting is the same as those creepy fan letters. They run out and call 911. Jada Hunter gets down to business, alerting that there's a possible biohazard. Gabi Hernandez shows up on the scene as an EMT, checking on possible contamination that Alex and Stephanie might have suffered. Kayla Brady and Steve Johnson learn what's happening and rush over to Horton Town Square. Steve also makes a decision on Monday. He may decide to confront Jeremy Horton about the letters. And then this powder thing happens, which may be one more thing to confront him about. Gwen's desperate warnings and Rafe's growing suspicions on DOOL. On Tuesday, December 16th, Gwen tries again to scare Leo Starkoff. Even though EJ seems to be missing, she knows he's going to turn back up and will hurt Leo if he has to. EJ already made that clear. Gwen had already warned Leo he was in danger, but he just won't stop. He's this little reporter, and he just wants to get stuff done. Once he finds out EJ is also missing, Leo will want to break that story and crack that case. Gabi chews out Gabi. I wonder if she is going to be mad at him because he's questioning whether Gabi might have had a role in the DiMera's kidnapping. She had issues with Theo, Chad, Tony DiMera, and EJ, and it wasn't like she was best friends with Kristen either. Chanel Dupree comforts and upset Johnny DiMera, so it sounds like he has also heard that his dad, EJ, has gone missing, along with other DiMera family members. Rafe Hernandez is bickering with Kate Roberts on Tuesday. With EJ missing, it looks like Rafe may feel like Kate's tiptoeing very close to DiMera danger, and Rafe doesn't want her hurt. Kate's an analyst, not a field agent, but she's acting like a super spy. Also this week, Rafe is going to head down to EJ's secret lab by the new Mike Horton Free Clinic, looking for answers about EJ and the other missing DiMeras. He demands that he open up, saying it's the FBI. Dr. Mark Green is there, looking nervous, and is all alone in the lab. Will he open the door to Rafe, or just pretend he's not there or didn't hear him knocking? Crypt fights, family comfort, and Xander's jealousy explodes on Days of Our Lives. Wednesday, December 17th, Sarah Horton gets the 3rd degree from Xander Cook. It may be about Brady Black living in the same house that she's in, because he's going to tell Xander, yeah, he's living at the Kyriakis mansion at Maggie Horton Kyriakis' invitation. Of course, that's going to hit Xander hard because Maggie and Sarah kicked him out of his own family home, and he hasn't been able to see his daughter, Victoria. But then Brady's there hanging out with them and Victoria. Xander firmly believes what he told Marlena Evans, that Brady is making a play for Sarah. And you know what? Xander's not wrong. Kristen throws some accusations and some punches at EJ, and things get so out of control that Chad has to break up the sibling fight in the crypt. Kristen is definitely the instigator. Belle Black comforts and reassures Marlena, who's worried about Rachel Black, Johnny DiMera, and Brady on top of her own health concerns on Days of Our Lives. Tween terror Rachel is upset, and her brother Tate Black and dad Brady comfort her. Rachel may have learned that her mom, Kristen, has been kidnapped and didn't just make a prison break. They were trying to keep all of this away from the kid because she has her own issues. Kidnapping fallout and a new suspect emerges on DOOL. On Thursday, December 18th, Paulina Price is there for Abe Carver, who is totally distraught over Theo's disappearance. I wonder if Abe is going to angrily remind Paulina that he didn't want Theo around the DiMeras or working at that company, but it was Paulina pushing him to drop it and let Theo make his own choices. Paulina was actively encouraging Theo to take the job at DiMera. Jennifer Horton has upsetting news for little Thomas DiMera, so Grandma Jennifer may tell the kid that Chad has been kidnapped and did not intentionally miss Thanksgiving or the custody hearing. Theo and Chad are wondering if they're ever going to get out of there. They're discussing life and death and mortality because they're stuck in there. There have been no ransom demands, no nothing. They have no idea why they're there and why more of them keep getting thrown in. Stephanie and Alex brainstorm with her dad, Steve. I'm sure every answer is that this is Jeremy's fault. The fan letters, the stalking, the white powder in the envelope. Elsewhere, bad boy Liam Selechko bonds with Jeremy, and I wonder if he's going to be tutoring Liam since Abe is distracted with Demera drama. Shocking test results in a Demera family return on DOOL. Friday, December 19th, Chanel gets test results from Sarah that are kind of stressful, and Chanel doesn't want to tell Johnny given all the other things on his mind right now. But it looks like Sarah may tell Chanel that she is pregnant. Gabi tries to push down her guilt when she's with her sweetheart Philip Kyriakis. But what's that guilt about? Kate has advice for Ariana Horton on Friday, and it could be about romance or her issues with Kavi and Leo getting married. Long unseen Peter Blake, big brother of Kristen, is the next of Stefano Demera's kids to be kidnapped and dumped in the mausoleum. This is Dan Gauthier's debut as recast Peter on Friday, and we'll see lots more of him the following week. Christmas week spoilers, rescue, revelations, and holiday drama on Days of Our Lives. During the week of December 22nd through the 26th, there are no preemptions for Christmas, so enjoy 5 new episodes this holiday week, thanks to them streaming on Peacock. The Crypt crew should be rescued in time to be home for Christmas, so probably late in the week. Everybody is reunited with their loved ones, but Theo and possibly Peter are both sick. We know they both wind up in the hospital after this kidnapping ordeal, so that could be the following week or later down the road. Maybe they were both exposed to something in the mausoleum. Rafe takes those crypt bones to the FBI crime lab for analysis and makes a shocking discovery. Sophia Choi continues to plot with little Rachel. The hamburger deal wasn't that big. I think Sophia's low-key getting Rachel used to doing schemes with her. She faked being in her bed while Sophia went and stole money, crept away, and got them burgers. So she's already got Rachel on board with lying, hiding from the nurse's staff, and theft. Lanny Price, Eli Grant, and Lucas Horton are going to celebrate the usual Horton family Christmas. It's time for the historic ornaments to come out, but I'm guessing may not make it out of the box and onto the tree this year. Chanel has to tell Johnny she's pregnant once the kidnapping crisis is over. Leo and Kavi get busy planning their winter wedding with Marlena Evans healthier and ready to officiate. Jeremy is blamed for all the Stephanie-related incidents, but Owen Kent looks to be the stalker, and Stephanie is going to be kidnapped, it looks like, in the new year.